This is going to be a little heavy topic today. Law of attraction is a cool idea, and gratitude obviously is a cool practice. But what about children dying? What about kids getting cancer? What about mass shootings, natural disasters? What about losing loved ones? What about suffering from extreme physical pain or deep depression? Can you still use the law of attraction to change your life? Can you still practice gratitude in these situations? And these questions are very real for a lot of people. And if you're going through a hard time, or if you know somebody who's going through a hard time, or if you're just wondering about these things, keep watching. Welcome back to Choosing Gratitude. My name is Karen. I'm your co-creator today. If you're new here, consider subscribing. This is a channel that's all about helping you create your dream life by tapping into the highest vibration of the universe. And we'll be sharing many practical and simple tools and techniques to help you practice gratitude every single day. Let's go right into our today's topic. Tragedies and extreme darkness in life. If you're currently going through a very hard time in life, and if you happen to listen to some law of attraction gurus telling you that you are the creator of your life, you're ultimately responsible for everything, you might have a little bit of a tendency to believe on some level that you have failed yourself, that you created this terrible situation in your life. If you feel that way, I just want to invite you to kind of think in a different way. Okay, let's look at a situation, for example, a child born with a terminal illness. The child is born without any concept of illness. So how can a child attract such a situation? You know, ultimately, yes, we are all responsible for everything that's happening in our life, because ultimately we are creators. That is true. However, what we're seeing, this reality that's in front of us, is really one out of a billion possible possibilities. And there is a reason why your soul is choosing to experience this reality right in front of you. There is no situation that is presented to you with no meaning at all. So there is a jewel in every situation. And sometimes a soul could choose to be born into a certain environment with a bigger purpose. And we just, because with our small mind, it's very hard for us to truly see the entire picture. And also don't forget that if you believe you're eternal souls, okay, everything that's happened to you in previous lifetimes is still at work in this lifetime. If you don't believe in reincarnation, you probably can see that, we are also product of our environment. It's not just as simple as us appearing first as nothing and then we created this environment. Actually, it's more of a chicken or egg question, which one existed first, right? You or the environment. And a lot of times when we're born into a certain environment, there's a lot of energy that's already active. That includes, the group consciousness of the entire society, right? The group consciousness of your culture, of your family, of your ethnicity. There's so many forces at work, and I don't claim to have all the answers, but I think it's a little bit too simplistic to just say, okay, you created everything, now you can just rise above everything and recreate everything. Is it possible? Absolutely. But is everything your fault? I would argue no, because your conscious mind can really just see like this tiny piece of reality, and there's no way to assign all the fault to this tiny piece of consciousness. And your larger soul does not feel blamed, because your higher self knows exactly what she or he is doing, and your higher self is joyful all the time. Your higher self knows exactly what's going on. Let me share with you a pretty personal story. Years ago, when my husband and I decided to have a baby, I got pregnant right away, and I was very happy until I went to my very first ultrasound exam. I was told that I was having something called like a missed miscarriage. What it was is that there was an empty sac in my womb, but there was no heartbeat. Even though the pregnancy seemed to be progressing, actually that pregnancy was just not real. And it was actually a pretty common situation in early pregnancies. I was crushed. I couldn't accept the fact that this is not a real pregnancy. And obviously I had to get a medical procedure to end that. And after my procedure, I was crushed. I was looking everywhere to try to find a reason why I lost this baby. I was, consulting with fortune tellers, gurus, and I was reading books. I was doing some past life regressions. I was just doing everything I could to try to figure it out, but I couldn't. Until one day, I looked at myself in the mirror and I realized that I have to end this crazy search for reasons why I created it or how I created it, because my mind was telling me that if I could find out how I created this, next time I wouldn't create this. And another thing that was bothering me is that I felt that I lost my connection to gratitude through this situation, because my mind kept telling me that I should be grateful, I should be grateful. There were a lot of good things going on in my life. I had food, I had shelter, I had a great marriage. Why were I so sad about this miscarriage? And this is actually adding pressure to adding the sadness and stress that I was experiencing. And one day, I was just standing in front of the mirror and I heard this. Feeling gratitude and thinking you should be grateful are two separate things. Sometimes your mind will use you should as a trick to make you unhappy. As a matter of fact, you can still embrace gratitude when you are in deep sorrow, because look what, sadness, pain, they are part of life and you can't avoid them. If you are faced with a situation where you have to experience pain, the best advice is probably to go into it and deeply confront it and embrace it. And in the depths of your pain, you will find the glory of your soul. And that's what I did. When I started to fully embrace my pain, just allow myself to feel the way I was feeling, I started to see the depth of my soul. I started to see how resilient I could be. And I started to feel grateful, not because of things that I thought I should put on my gratitude journal, but rather I started to feel deeply grateful for being me, for having the strength to survive that. That was a life changer. It was very weird that I was able to be in sorrow and at the same time be in gratitude. Gratitude is such an overpowering state of being, and it doesn't repel the sadness and pain. It actually embraces the sadness and pain I was experiencing in my life. Through gratitude, not gratitude for things I thought I should be grateful for, but gratitude for myself, gratitude for my strength, I was able to overcome that. I got pregnant again 9 months later. I gave birth to a beautiful little boy, and he's 7 years old now, and he's my heart, and I feel that he has healed me. If you're going through a hard time right now, especially if you're going through extreme darkness in life, my first advice for you is actually to take practical measures. What I mean is that, if you are grieving, go see a grief counselor or a mental health professional. If you're in depression, maybe you should take medication, go find a psychiatrist. If you have an addiction problem, maybe you should seek treatment. If you're in an abusive relationship, get out and find an organization that could help you. And when we're in hard situations, we tend to isolate. My thought on this is that first you have to find help. You have to seek help. Take worldly, practical steps to get out of your situation if you could. Can you still practice law of attraction, and can you still practice gratitude? Will these practices help you? Absolutely. But it probably would be challenging for you to just think you should be grateful, or you should write a gratitude journal, or you should recite this affirmation. Sometimes when our negative, dark environment is so overpowering, it becomes very challenging to just think you can think positive and change everything. What you should start with your law of attraction practice is focus on gratitude for yourself, gratitude for your strength, and gratitude for the beauty of your soul. Focus on these things and use my EFT technique to enhance your self-love, to take care of yourself. Every situation is different. I don't have the answer for you, but your soul has. Once you can tune within, once you can truly feel the gratitude for yourself, for the beauty of your soul, and for your own strength, all these three things are going to expand, okay? And your self-love, your strength, and your gratitude will lead you out of the darkness in life, and you're gonna grow exponentially as a human being, and that is the blessing of any difficulty in life. And that really adds depth to our characters. So see these as blessings, and good luck, and I know that you can do it. Let me give you again a virtual hug, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I really appreciate all the subscribers who are watching and supporting this channel, and I also welcome all the newcomers. I hope you like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.